Well, after coming so close to qualifying for Europe last season, I feel like this is the year we've got to get good enough players in order for us to qualify for Europe. That's the plan. We are going to qualify for Europe this year, hopefully. Hello, welcome to part 59 of City Till I Die. And coming up into today's episode, we've got our transfer special and our end of season review. But before we do any transfers, let's go quickly through our end of season review. As you see, trophy this season obviously didn't really do that well in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. Hopefully, those two competitions do go a little bit better this year. But then, if we can get to the quarterfinals in both, or at least one of them, I will happily take that. If we can win one of them, that'd be very good, because I do plan on qualifying, or trying to qualify for Europe. We nearly did it this year, but I reckon if we had a couple more games left of the season, at least 5 or 10, I reckon we could have done it. I reckon we could. We just need to start turning some of the defeats we had this season into wins. Then we're just unstoppable. And don't forget, we've got a very young squad. It's only going to get better. So let's take a look at some of our, or all of our newest arrivals this year. Obviously, we did bring in Jay Stansfield because we switched from the 4-2-4 to the 4-2-3-1 system, which did work very well. I do plan on using that in the next season. So we will plan on bringing in a attacking midfielder. Whether or not we can get Jay Stansfield back in on loan for the whole of next season, that remains for us to find out. But I will try to see if we can do something, because he looked very good for us last year. Only played 15 games, 3 goals, 4 assists, but he did get injured towards the end of the season. But looked like a pretty decent player. And Sean Munoz, he was okay. Only alone, he's probably not going to come back for next season, so I wasn't really I mean, to be fair, he was only a backup, did play most half of the game, so yeah, I doubt we're going to get him back. Then Jose Mourinho, why is it not saying the board transfer react? That's why, because we've just had a takeover. That's why it's not saying the board transfer reaction, because they weren't around us when these players came in. So Jose Mourinho, and again, still 20 years old, so it's going to get better this season. I'm sure of it. Obviously, did play a handful of games, so look like a pretty decent defender. Obviously, he will be great for us next year. And Aslan Vlahovic, again, I did plan for him to be the first choice, but Munoz sort of was in his way. But I'm sure Vlahovic, he's going to play at least minimum 30 games for us this season, hopefully. And Felipe Gonzalez, again, I'm still not sure who our best left back is. In my eyes, Gonzalez and Aguilera, both as good as each other. They're just practically the same. They could always be like brothers. They're just you can't split them apart. Those two, they're just two very good left backs. And obviously Felipe Gonzalez, he did finish third in the next gen this year. We've had a couple players recently that have done pretty well in the next gen. Obviously, only Gonzalez in there this year. And Koulibaly, yeah, he wasn't really that good. I mean, he was only a backup, so we will look to get in probably a permanent right back, probably maybe a youngster, maybe just say experienced right back, possibly. We'll see what the budgets look like. Then Reece Phillip, again, a fantastic player, possibly maybe not a starter, maybe a decent backup, but I think he'll be fine for us next season. Depends. We'll see who he gets in. Might end up selling him, we might not. But I'm sure if we do end up selling him, I'm sure we'll make a slight profit. And Igor Savage, a decent centre mid backup. I think he's fine as a backup for Trevino. He's not going to start that many games, but I'm sure he'll be fine. And so the board did want us to avoid relegation, or the previous board wanted us to avoid relegation. We ended up finishing 10th, 5 points behind 7th place Manchester United. By the looks of it, still don't know if they've qualified for Europe, because Nottingham Forest are in the FA Cup final against Liverpool. So the wait for Man United it's going to be a tense one. It really is. And FA Cup, yeah, we lost in the third round. Carabao Cup, lost in the second round. So hopefully we do improve in those two competitions this year by getting to at least winning, like, we'll get to like at least the quarterfinals or around that sort of stage. Our biggest win this year was the 7-1 win over Bournemouth. The 7 goals all coming inside the second half, which is quite remarkable, quite ridiculous. If we had performed like that for the first half, it would have been 14-1. Absolutely ridiculous. So, match to remember was a 3-0 win over Wolverhampton Wanderers. Goal of the season went to Trevino again, I think. I don't think Trevino got it last year. He might have, but Trevino does score a handful of great goals. He might get a few tappers, but every now and again he'll score an absolute wonder goal like this one. That is absolutely amazing. Pick that one out. Yeah, that's right, Everton. You're not gonna save those shots. So finances this year, reputation has stayed the same. I would have hoped for it to go up a little bit, but it won't go up until we probably qualify for Europe or win a major competition. Then sponsorship, that's gone up massively because obviously a second season in the Premier League, which does help. And I'm not sure how this has gone down, broadcast revenue, which does seem a bit weird, but it's fine. It's only gone down by 9 million, so it's not the end of the world. Corporate hospitality, it's only gone down by 22k, that's fine. Competition prize money has actually gone up, considering we didn't win any games in either of the competitions, but I guess we did finish higher up the Premier League. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's all to do with it. I honestly don't know. Their match day commercial retail has gone down, which doesn't really make any sense because you think that would go up each year, but it doesn't. So a lot of shirt sales, most popular names being Trevino. I can see why he's probably going to be one of our best players at the club, or he might be actually. Then we've got Mutombo, Garcia, Jaden, and Hesselman. Stansford's not up there, considering he is homegrown at club, but that's fine. So best 11 this year, obviously the 4-2-4 system. Not playing that now, are we? We had Chantunan in goal, a back four of Santiago, Hill, Marinho, and Aguirre, Munoz and Trevino in the midfield. We had Hesselman and Philogene, Garcia and Mutombo up front. So nobody from this started 11 averaged over a 7. That's quite remarkable. That I think we know where we need to improve. Probably goalkeeper, right back, maybe right winger or left winger. I still don't know. I think I've transfer listed a couple players, but let's not worry about that for now. So let's take a look at the expectations. Obviously, a different board. So they want us to play attacking football, play entertaining football, play high tempo pressing football. That's completely fine. Work within the wage budget. Spend the original transfer budget. Wow, that's okay. That's fine. I've never seen that one before, but they do want us to spend most of it, or all of the 71 million given to us. Obviously, we will get a bit more as players come and go. Hopefully, well, they might not. We might not do any signings. We might just keep the squad as it is, but I'm sure we will. Obviously, we've got loan players heading back to their parents' club, so I think that's fine. What do they want us to do in the Premier League? Finish mid-table? I mean, we've done that like 2 seasons in a row, so no reason why we can't do it this year. So let's talk about the Premier League next season. I think, obviously, we're not going to go Europa League, which we did come very close, so I think we'll just go mid-table, keep it realistic. Yeah, that was the reaction I was talking about. But I don't think there's anything else to say to you. Obviously, we do have the Euros coming up this summer, so obviously that's going to be interesting, trying to do signings and play Euro games at the same time, but I'm sure we won't let that distract us. Obviously, club comes first before England, so obviously we'll prioritise doing transfers. But if we get to the final, I might show you it, but I might not. But I will keep you updated as of when we do play the games. training camp destination. Where shall we go? Let's go. Just trying to think. Where did we go last year? I think we went like USA last year. No, we went South Africa, I think. Yeah, well, let's go. Oh, yeah. Let's go USA. Let's I think we've done USA before, but we could do it again. I think I'm not sure. In terms of squad, I think we have transfer listed Juan, Sharamillo, and Vidinov because I just don't think they're good enough. Obviously, Shan Tunen is fine as a backup. I think, judging by his ability, he's not going to get any better. So it does make sense to get in another goalkeeper, probably first choice, and just keep Shan Tunen as a backup. And obviously, Vidinov, yeah, he's probably done. I mean, good League 2 player, potentially Premier League. It probably does make sense to sell him. Well, I mean, loan him out, but then we'll just end up selling him next summer, I think. But I think we'll just sell him now. I think that's probably the plan. Chimluski, a weird one. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do in terms of transfers. So, obviously, we've got plenty of time before the transfer window opens. So, I will see you when the transfer window has opened. Hopefully, we might have sold a player or two. I very much doubt that, but I doubt we have signed players, but you never know. Well, it is currently the start of the transfer window. Haven't signed anyone as of yet, but we have sold at least one player, and one player has been rumoured with a transfer. That player is, if I can find it, Garcia, has been rumoured with a move to Luton or Leeds? I think Leeds. He has been rumoured with a move to Leeds, which could potentially be £86 million. At least that's what the news headline said. I very much doubt that's going to happen, but you never know. But let's take a look and see who we've been rumoured with. So we've been rumoured with Matthew Stevenson. He's a 20-year-old centre mid, 1 star. 1 star. He's wanted by a whole host of Premier League clubs and Celtic and Burnley, but I don't know. We'll see what his scout report comes back as, but at the moment he doesn't look like a good player. Henry Upsell, a goalkeeper. Don't really want to be looking for a backup goalkeeper. Certainly not an emergency backup. I want to try and be looking for first choice, or who has the potential to be first choice. Manuel Bassi, another probably a backup goalkeeper. Why? He's wanted by St. Mirren on loan. No. I don't think that's not my type of transfer. Yes, we are still in the Euros. We've only played one game, and that was a 3-3 draw against Ukraine. Phil Foden, only made us Declan Rice getting the goals in that game. Not the best of starts, but hopefully it might get a little bit easier. Again, probably, I think if we don't win the European Championships, that's it. I'm done with England. I think probably if we win, yeah, maybe I might stay on until the World Cup, but we'll see how that goes. Obviously, if we get to the final, I might not show you the. I might show you the final. I might show you the final like 10 minutes or the second half of the game. So you never know what's going to happen in today's episode. You might see a Euro final, you might not, but I will once again keep you updated. So at the moment, the squad is primarily the same. There is one player leaving us today, and that is Vidinov. He is signed for Burnley for £11 million, £2 million up front, then the next £8 million over the next 2 years. I think it was. Was it over the next 2 years? Well, let's have a look. Was it? I think it was, but I honestly cannot remember. Vidinov. Yeah. Yes, it was 8 million over the next 2 years. So that's every 6 months we get 2 million from Burnley. So that's not too bad. Leeds inquire about Jadon finishing Badachi. See, how much should we bring him in for? £9 million. I think to be fair, at 30 years old, not going to get any better, unlikely to improve as well. I'm going to, yeah, Okay, well, yeah, 25 million. That's a decent offer. I wasn't really. He played well this season, but I just don't think he's going to play well next season. He was okay, but a bit inconsistent. Played well some games, absolutely drossed some other games. Like, I think it probably does make sense to sell Jaden Finnegan. So obviously we do need to get in two left wingers with Vidinov and potentially Finnegan leaving the club. And apart from that, that's about it. We haven't had really done much transfer searching for goalkeepers. Obviously, Joe Mino wanted by a whole host of clubs. Probably, I want to try and sell him, but he might end up going out on loan. If that is the case, we'll just try and send him out on loan for all of his wages. But he's only on 6.5K a week, so it's not gonna hurt if we do pay his wages for the loan. So we'll try and get him gone. Sergio Garcia, once again, also wanted by Leeds. So, and that is the only player wanted. So at the moment, transfer business, I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm still kind of hoping we get knocked out in the group stages of the Euros. And in case if that does happen, I will end up getting sacked, which won't be the worst thing because I don't really like international management. I'm not sure why I took the England job because it's hard as hell. I'm actually glad they don't have international management in FM25 because it's just not good at all. It does need a big revamp international management because it's pretty tough. It really is. It's really hard. So I think in terms of transfer business, I still don't really know what I'm going to do in terms of the league. Nottingham Forest did win the FA Cup, so Man United. So I thought Man United did. I thought Man United did miss out on European football, but they didn't. Arsenal do miss out. So if we had finished like 8th, we still wouldn't have qualified for Europe. So I'm kind of glad we finished 10th because if we had finished 8th and didn't qualify, my good God, that would have been sad as hell. Right, hopefully by the time you next see me, we might be into the knockouts of the Euros. We might be knocked out, but I honestly don't care about the Euros. But hopefully, we will have signed someone. Well, it's currently the 7th of July. We've sold a few players. I think at least 1 or 2 more players. Haven't sold a lot, but because we didn't need to, I didn't really want to. We only wanted to sell Vidinov and some other players, which we did that, and we did have signed a few more players. I think 4 or 5. We do have some players potentially coming in. Rule Walters, Lewis Ferguson, and Matthias Kuna, centre attacker, mid-centre mid, and a right back potentially if they do come in. So I think there'll be 3 very decent players. So the players that have come in on the back end of last season, we did sign Charles Nuhu. He's a Ghanaian goalkeeper, 2.5 stars of going ability, 4-star potential. He was 5-star potential when we brought him in. I'm not sure what's happened there, but he is a good championship goalkeeper, but potentially Premier League. I think goalkeeper, it's probably one of the hardest positions to sign, particularly this year's FM24. On this day, goalkeepers are really hard to find, so that's just getting like a backup. But we have no doubt Jared Miller, which I'll get to in a minute. So we have signed Nuhu from FC Nordsjælland, who's a Danish team, for 8.75 million. Hopefully we can, I think judging by his value, I think he's going to be a great goalkeeper. I hope he's going to be. But we will, I think, for this season, obviously he'll stay on the bench, but he will play in the cup game. So we'll use him as the cup goalkeeper. Then we'll probably just rest Shan Toonen for the cup games. So players that have left the club, Finnegan did join Leeds for 25 million, and Jared Miller has gone out on loan to Leicester. Moving on to this season, we have loaned out a youngster, Josh Horner. He's out of contract next year, so we're probably not going to... No, actually, he's not out of contract next year. He's out of contract 2034, so he's got 2 years left. But we have signed 2 players, both left wingers, or one of them can play anywhere. So first up is Lazaro. He's a Brazilian left winger can actually play anyway. He can play attacking midfield, right winger, striker. He's 3.5 stars in every position, but primarily he's going to be a left winger. Inside forwards, that's his strongest position, I think, or he can be a winger, but he is right footed, so inside forward. He is a good Premier League. Obviously, not going to improve, but that's fine by me. He comes in from Cremonese for £7 million, so not a bad bit of business. I mean, judging by his value, I doubt we might make a profit, but he is getting on a bit, so hopefully he can still be quite a useful player. The next up is Jared Bowen. He's a 35-year-old left winger, right winger striker. We basically brought him in to basically be a backup to Lazara, so we're going to use him as the left winger, inside forward, because that's all round Deuter. I've never actually played that. Don't actually know what that is. It's probably a bit too confusing for me, so we'll probably just train him up to be a inside forward on the left hand side, even though he is left footed. He can't actually be just a normal winger. Well, he probably can with training, but he's probably not going to play many games. He is a decent Premier League player, so hopefully he should be fine. We brought him in on a free transfer from West Ham. I mean, it's just a classic Exeter sign old players from Premier League clubs. So that's what we used to do a long time ago, back when we used to sign the likes of Ryan Harley, David Noble, both brilliant players for us, but they obviously came through at Premier League clubs. Obviously both retired now, but they were both brilliant players for us. That's the only two transfers we've actually, or three transfers we've done. So this is what the squad currently. Well, this is what the squad currently looks like. He says with all these trialists. So let's just get rid of the trialists. Obviously, we do have Matthias Cunha in on trial. Let's just terminate his trial so we can just see the squad as it is, just plain old simple, without the trialists, so we don't get too confused who's our player and who's not. So this is what the squad currently looks like. So goalkeepers, we've got Shantunan and Nuhu. I'm fine with Shantunan. I think he's a... how did he do? Oh my good God. Okay, 71 goals conceded. 11 clean sheets, so conceded 71 goals in 27 games. That's like 3 per... That is actually 3 per game. No, it's not actually 3. It's 2 or 3 per game, so that is quite alarming, but I'm sure he'll be fine. With Nuhu creeping on his back, I expect to see some decent performances, I hope, but we'll see. So in centre-backs, we've only got 3 at the moment. Hill, Mourinho, Vahos, both very good, but Mourinho and Vahos probably looking to be the first choice this year. Hill probably back up. He's probably not going to be a star player anymore. We'll try and persuade him to drop down to like a regular starter or a squad player. Probably regular starter. I doubt he's going to agree to be a squad player. Actually, we've also got Reece Phillip. We don't need another centre back, so I think that's fine. Our centre back situation is done. That's fine. I think so. I think we might sell Hill, we might not. I'm still not sure about the centre back role. Then Santiago's currently our only right back. Obviously, we've got Will Walters potentially coming in as a backup, who's actually agreed to be a squad player. That's quite strange. Left backs, same as last year. Gonzalez, Aguilar. I don't think that's going to change this year. Then centre mids, we've got Savage, Trevino, Vlahic. So obviously we still need potentially a deep line playmaker or a Mazzala, because Savage can play in both. So we'll see what's around. If we can get a Mazzala or a deep line maker, that's fine. If we can just get in another centre mid, that's also good. Obviously, we have made the offer for Lewis Ferguson, or so I thought we did. He's probably gone on to another club. Yeah, but he went to Saudi Arabia, so we definitely need another centre mid. So right wingers, at the moment we've got, same as last year, Hesterman and Sostic. Obviously Sostic, yeah, he's not gonna be. Yeah, I think we'll still keep him in this year, but I think this might be Sostic's last year at the club. Obviously with him his contract ends in 2034. We'll probably get him gone next summer or in January. Then attacking midfielders, we've just got, well, we've still training up Chimluski to be one, so we'll still use him in the attacking midfield role. So we'll also get in another attacking mid. Obviously, we've made that contract offer for Mateus Cunha, so hopefully he does come in. Then left wingers, we've got Lazaro and Bowen. Obviously, Bowen is their best position, is on the right, but he can play pretty much anywhere. He'll be like a utility player around the front three, so he'll be fine on the left. Then strikers, same as last year, Garcia and Matumbu. We have offered a new contract to Garcia, ending 2037, with a minimum fee release clause, clubs in Champions League of £100 million. So you never know, Garcia could be our first £100 million player. Matumbu wanted by Leeds, Garcia wanted by, they're both wanted by Leeds. I don't know what Leeds are doing wanting our players. They did have a takeover, not a tycoon, but they did have a takeover of some sort, so I think that's good. So how big is our squad at the moment? Obviously, we've got the right back and centre attacking mid potentially coming in. So if those two players come in, it's literally just the centre is, and the squad is done. Might still keep an eye out for another goalkeeper if one does potentially creep up, or we might try and sell Shantunen. I'm not sure if anyone's actually interested in him, or if he wants to be transfer listed. He's not going to react well. So I think in terms of transfer business, that's it. Just a centre mid. That's only if those two come in. Obviously, if not, it's a right back and a centre attacker mid. But that transfer business, I'm actually quite happy with. What's also good is the European Championship. So at the moment, we are in the semi-final against Turkey, which hopefully should be a nice easy win. Then if we win that game, I think I will probably end up showing you the final with whoever that's going to be up against, Italy or Spain. So not an easy tie, but I reckon we can get to the final. And if we do get to the final, I will show you at least the second half, maybe the full game, see how I feel about it, see how confident I feel. So might see you at the end of the season, but no, not at the end of the season, just before we play our first games of the season, or we might be playing a European final. So before we do go ahead and play our European final against Spain, we do have one more transfer to announce, and that is Mateus Cunha. He does come in. He's a Brazilian centre attacking mid, can also play as a striker, which if we do go back to two up front, I'm not saying we will, then he can play up front, but primarily he's going to be the attacking midfield player. He's a good Premier League player. He comes in on a free transfer from Nottingham Forest, so bags of Premier League experience, quite good. Most seasons getting at least, I'd say minimum 15 goal contributions, getting 30 in 27-28. So that's not too bad. That's only like 5 years ago. 5 years ago. So that's not too bad. I reckon he can still easily do a job. 33 years old, so he is one of the older players in the squad. But you need that a little bit of experience when you've got loads of youngsters like we do, almost too many youngsters. But let's forget about that. Let's focus our attentions to the European Football Championship final. Yes, we did beat Turkey 3-0 in the semi-final. Ethan Embraderi getting 2 goals and Jason Stansfield scoring the 3rd goal of the day to send us through to the final. Come on, lads. Like, no one's expecting us to win, but it'd be really nice to. I'm not sure what will happen if we don't win, but let's see. So the lineup will be Ramsdale in goal, a back four of Lewis, Dorrington, Worrell and Amas. So I'd say the back four is questionable, but I think it's fine. Yeah, it's been pretty much the back four for most of the tournament. Then we've got Menu at the base of the midfield. Then we've got Bellingham and Rice. Can't really fault that at all. So that's like the best three midfield ever. That's been the midfield three for at least for about 10 years of this save, I reckon. Then we've got Reels on the right. That's Joe Reels, Chelsea player. So he's a good player, the Ballon d'Or winner as well. Then we've got Caden Young on the left. No, I don't play Caden Young. Kevin Brown's going to play. Then Jay Stansfield is up front. Come on, lads. Let's go and win a European Football Championship. My first proper trophy in this save could be a European final. Imagine if it is. Who are the actual holders? Oh, the holders are us, England. So we could make it 2 in a row if we win this final, which would be absolutely crazy because it's never going to happen in real life. Spain have still got Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal's probably not even 30 years old yet. Obviously, he's 16 in real life, so 17. But this is like 10 years into the future. No, 8 years. He's probably not even halfway through his 20. How old is Lamine Yamal? Only 24, and it's 2032. That's quite scary, that really is. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, how many years has he got left in him? Imagine. I'm not saying we're going to sign them in Yamal, but we could potentially if we're in that sort of financial not crisis, but if we have that sort of money, we could potentially go out and buy someone like Lamine Yamal or like Nico Williams, one of those world-class Spanish wingers, which I'm not saying we're going to do, but the option's there if we do get that sort of get to that stage of the save. Bellingham with the equaliser, and that's what we were looking for. 15 minutes left of the first half. We are back level. We are going to drop some encouragement in the hope we can find a second goal this first half, lads. Come on. Oh, we've got a corner. Kevin Brown is going to whip it in. Dongton with the header. That is Alfie Dongton, I think, former Tottenham Hotspur youngster. We might still play for Tottenham now, but what a player he is going to be in the future. In real life, that is. He's a great player on this game. Who's he at in real life? Tottenham Hotspur, on loan at Rotherham, I think. Or just Tottenham. Come on, lads. We've got a couple minutes left of the first half. What a first half this has been. Spain, apart from their goal, they have not done much at all. If only England had played this well in real life against Spain, maybe we could have won the Euros, but I think in my opinion, we were quite lucky to get to the Euros final, considering most of our games we did go 1-0 down in. In fact, all of them we did, I think. I don't think there's any games we won quite comfortably. I think we were actually quite poor in this, in the real life Euros. Absolutely shocking. Come on, lads. Come on. We'll give it probably about 5-10 more minutes, and we will make our first couple of changes. This is looking very good, I must admit. Spain haven't done much in the first opening 15 minutes of the second half. Right, let's make some changes. Kevin Brown is absolutely shattered, but wants to stay on, but he's injured. So we'll get on Caden Young. I think Stansfield also comes off for... Oh, who do we get on? Is Bukayo Saka on the bench? He is. We'll just stick Wheels up front, because that's technically his natural position. I think we'll also get off Mainu for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think that'd be that's a good change. I'm not really... I gotta be honest with you, I'm not like Southgate. I have not played Trent at right back this tournament. I've actually been playing Mainu at right back for most of the games, and I'm not gonna lie, he's actually been pretty decent. He's put in some decent performances at right back, but obviously today he played as a defensive midfielder. Rice has got the ball. Worrell, if we can get a goal here, that should surely wrap up the game and give us another European Championship title. Amas plays the ball to Young. Rice, come on, Rice. Declan Rice is there as he does put the ball into the back of the net to make it 3-1 to England. And I tell you what, it's coming home. Come on, lads. Definitely coming home. And what's even better, this European Championships is being held in Spain. Nothing's better than beating the Spanish on their home soil. At least I think it's held in Spain. Imagine if it's not. And I just said that. Bellingham has the chance to score another goal. He doesn't. It's just wide. Just over the top off the crossbar. Unai Seaman whips upfield. Hopefully, I think he was hoping they could potentially go and get at least another goal. Rice, Young goes down, no penalty, not even a free kick. Emmanuel Bauer's got the ball. Can we just get a tackle? No, we don't. And Davi Perito has got a goal back for Spain. I'm not gonna worry because I don't see Spain getting an equaliser. That was the best thing they've done all second half. I don't think they had any other noticeable chances. I think it's been mainly us this game. Come on, lads. If we can just get one more goal, that should probably wrap up the title, hopefully. Rice, Young, come on. Arnold, Rice. That's a chance to score again. Oh, it's just wide of a goal. Pretty much the same as his last opportunity. Obviously, the last opportunity he scored. This opportunity just wide of a goal. We've got a couple minutes left to play. Please do not bottle it. Please do not concede the last minute goal. Come on, Bellingham. You've got to go to the ball. Young, go on. Go on, Young. Wills. Joe Wills does put the ball into the back of the net, but I think it is going to be disallowed due to offside. But hopefully it does count. No, goal has been disallowed. We are still one goal up with 1 minute left to play. Unai Simon whips the ball upfield. Rice headers it upfield. Can we just get a tackle in? Salafranca's got the ball. Well done, Lewis. That's a great header. Rico Lewis, what a player you have been this tournament. Young, go on. Oh, Keaton Young. Saka. Oh, Saka. So close to getting the 4th goal of the day. Come on, lads. We've got barely a couple seconds left to play. This will be the final kick of the game. Will it be a goal or will it be just a pointless corner? Darlington, Lewis, Saka. Oh, so close. I think Saka was offside, but we have done it. England are once again back-to-back European Football Championship winners. That is absolutely incredible. I might not have won much with Exeter, but I've won the European Football Championships with England. I think for now, I think I have to stay on and win the World Cup. Then if we win the World Cup, that's me done with it, or just me done with England after the World Cup. I think that's the plan. So hopefully by then the save should almost be over. I'm hoping by today's episode comes out, we should have a release date for Football Manager 25 because it did get postponed or pushed back, but hopefully it doesn't this time. So hopefully we do have a release date, or by the video this video comes out, we should have a approximate release date. But what a win that is. We have won off. Is this actually my first this is the first international tournament I've won on FM24. I just had the notification pop up. That is absolutely incredible. I can't believe that. Consecutive back-to-back European trophies for England. Absolutely superb. Is this just a 2 on this save? Yep, just 2 on this save. Have they won any World Cups? I didn't actually see this. Have they won any World Cups? They did win the World Cup in 2030, so they are. Oh my God, they've won 3. They've won 3 in a row. Oh my God, they've won 3 in a row. They've won 28, 30. Obviously, we won the International League. 31. So they've won 4 trophies in a row. This is the new England. Here we go. Like, England are the best international team ever. Are we first? Yes, we are first in the world rankings list. That's enough England talk for this episode. Our attention turns towards the final 10. No, not final 10 days. Final month before the season starts. I think, is it the final month? Yeah, we've got about a month before the season starts. Just the 2 players still to come in, a right back and a centre mid. So hopefully those 2 players do come in before the new season starts. We've got plenty of time, so hopefully we should have a decent squad, good enough to probably take us up into Europe. Here we go. We have made it to the beginning of the brand new Premier League season. So before we do wrap up to today's episode, let's take a look at all of the transfer business we've done into today's episode. So we'll start off with the players that have left the club. So started off with Svetan Vidinov. He has joined Burnley for £11 million. So quite I'd say a huge profit. Yeah, a pretty decent profit. We got back pretty much what we paid for him, so that's not too bad. Then Jaden Philogene joined Leeds for 25 million. I think that's a pretty decent profit. Yeah, £16 million profit, so not too bad. Then Juan Sharamino has joined Leicester on loan. I don't think we've got a future fee or loan option to buy. No, we don't. So I expect Sharamino, he's out of contract next year. I doubt you're going to see him in a City shirt. There we have just basically loaded out a bunch of youngsters. Josh Horner, Aaron Cooley, Tom Morris, Danny Woodscreen, all have gone out alone. I don't think any of them are going to be that good. Maybe Woodscreen, maybe not. No, I don't think they're going to be any good. I don't think we've actually got any decent potential youngsters. Obviously, we could have a look at the youth centre. So, players that have come in, we've actually only signed 6 players. So, started off with Charles Nuhu. He's a Ghanaian goalkeeper, 2.5 stars current ability, 4.5 star potential. That's a bit better because last time I showed him to you, he only had 4-star potential, so that's much better. He's a good championship player, potentially Premier League goalkeeper. Re-signed from a Danish side who I cannot pronounce to save my life. He comes in for £8.75 million. I mean, judging by his value, I think we're going to easily make a profit on him if we ever happen to sell him. Then moving on to this season, first up is Lazaro. He's a Brazilian left winger, 3.5 stars of current ability, good Premier League player. He comes in on a £7 million transfer from Cremonese, where he had a pretty good first season for them. Apart from that, sort of went downhill. I'm hoping he's actually quite brilliant for us. I'm hoping he makes at least 20 goal contributions. That's his target for this season. I haven't actually set one, but that's our target for him. So hopefully he does get quite a few assists or goals. Okay, next up is Jared Bowen. He's a 35-year-old English left winger, right winger, striker. Brought him in to be the backup left winger. He's a decent Premier. I don't know if he's a decent Premier League player. He might be a good Premier League player, probably not decent. He comes in on a free transfer from West Ham United. Did West Ham actually sign him for £14 million? I thought they paid a little bit more for him, but my good God, that's an absolutely steal. What a player he was for West Ham. Now he's joined us on a free transfer, and that's probably where he'll spend the rest of his career. Obviously, it's only signed a 1-year contract. Potentially could get a 1-year extension if he plays in 10 games, which he might do. He might not. Then next up is Mateus Cunha. He's a Brazilian centre attacker, but can also play striker, but preferably he's going to be our attacking midfielder this season. 3.5 stars of current ability, good Premier League player. He comes in on a free transfer from Nottingham Forest, where he's actually been pretty alright this past couple of seasons, at least 15 goal contributions. That's what we're looking for him this season. Hopefully a lot of goals, hopefully a lot of assists, hopefully he can be a decent player. The next up is Jose Maria Pelayo. He's a Spanish right back, 2.5 stars of capability, 3-star potential. Decent championship player, potentially Premier League. He comes in on a £6 million transfer move from Sevilla. Like I said, he's just going to be a backup to Santiago. He's agreed to be a squad player, which is quite handy, so we don't have to give him too much game time. We might play him in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup if we ever get far in those. Obviously, we might do, we might not. Got a pretty easy Carabao Cup tie against Plymouth, ironically. Obviously, I'm not going to show it to you because it's a meaningless Carabao Cup game. Then next up, last but not least, is Iolo Owen. He's a Welsh centre mid. Can also play right winger, but we basically brought him in to be centre mid. Well, I'm not sure what role he's going to play, either Masala or playmaker. He can play. He's capable of playing both, so we'll see what he's like in each position. Obviously, if he's a Masala, we just move Savage over to the playmaker. Obviously, if Owen's better as a playmaker, Savage can stay as a backup Masala. I think that's how we'll do it this season. So Owen is a good Premier Division player, so I think he's going to be fine. He comes in from Celtic for £19.25 million. I think, judges by his value, I think we paid the right amount for him. Maybe a little under what we paid for him. So I think he'll be a very decent player who we can make a huge profit for him when we do happen to sell him. So this is the squad going into this season. So goalkeepers, we've got Shantunan and Nuhu. I said all last season we were going to replace Shantunan as the first choice. We didn't. We might still do. We've still got a bit of transfer budget left. 34 million. A bit of wage budget left, or a lot of wage budget left. But that's the goalkeepers going in for this season, Shantunan and Nuhu. Centre backs this year, we've got Hill, Mourinho, Fajos and Philip. That's the same as last year. I think Mourinho and Fajos are going to be the two first choice, and Philip and Hill as the two backups, or third and fourth choice. Then right backs, we've got Santiago as first choice, Pelayo as second choice. Obviously, Pelayo's not going to play many games. I guarantee you he's probably not going to play more than 10. I think that's probably about it. We'll play him in the cup games, but play him in the Premier League unless Santiago obviously gets injured. And left back, same as last year, Gonzalez and Aguirre both fighting it out for the left back role, which they're both the same, both 3 stars, both got 5-star potential, so that's going to be tricky this year for left back spots. Then centre mids, we've got Savage, Trevino, Owen, and Vlahovic, so 4 very capable centre mids. I'm not sure who's going to be the starting deep line playmaker. All I can say is Trevino's the starting Masala. I think that's probably about it. Then right wingers, we've got Hesterman and Sostic. Obviously, Sostic has picked up an injury. He's going to be out for 4 weeks, which isn't really going to matter because he's probably not going to play that many games. He's probably going to head off. Probably might try. We might end up selling him this summer. We might not. Might be next summer. Not sure. Then centre attacking mids, we've got Chimnowski, who's still training him up. So hopefully he can still be a fairly decent centre attacking mid. We've also got Cunha, obviously first choice centre attacking mid, can also play striker, but he is the centre attacking mid. That's probably his best role. Then left wingers, we've got Lazaro and Bowen. Then finishing off up front, Sergio Garcia and Langelo Mutombo. So I think a very decent squad, primarily the same as last year. So let's take a look at the season preview, see where it predicts us to finish. 15th place, I'm not sure if that was an improvement from last year. I think it had us to finish 17th or 16th last year. So a small improvement if that was the case. So who does it predict our key players are going to be? Santiago and Trevino. I think that was the same as last year, Santiago and Trevino. Can't really argue with that. Then our best predicted 11, I think, well, it might be correct. Somewhat is correct. Obviously, it does have the preferred formation as 4-2-3-1. The projected lineup, it's completely wrong. The back four's probably correct as a goalkeeper. Lazaro's correct. Owen, Trevino, Bowen, probably not. Mutombo, Garcia, definitely not up front. Mutombo, yes. Garcia, probably on the bench, I think. So, okay, not too bad. I think yes. I think we can certainly put up a fight. Coventry are in the Premier League. That's a strange sentence to say. And Ipswich. I mean, that's even stranger. That really is. I mean, that's a guaranteed 12 points to this season. So I reckon with this squad, we're more than capable of qualifying for Europe or putting up a decent fight, I hope. So I will see you all in the next episode for our first Premier League fixtures of the brand new season against Man United and Chelsea. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.